Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most mysterious creatures in all of folklore, a beast whose very name conjures images of purity, grace, and untold magic. Imagine a world where the lines between fantasy and reality blurred, where the impossible might have once galloped across the plains or swam in the deepest oceans. For centuries, its image has adorned tapestries, graced the pages of ancient texts, and been whispered about in hushed tones, a symbol of everything ethereal and untouched. We're talking, of course, about the unicorn, a creature so deeply ingrained in our collective imagination that it feels almost sacrilegious to suggest it could ever be anything but a myth. Its spiraling horn, said to possess incredible healing powers, its snow-white coat shimmering under moonlight, its untamed spirit only yielding to the purest of hearts. It's the ultimate emblem of the fantastical, a beast born purely from human dreams. But what if I told you that this beloved symbol, this creature of myth, has a surprising, deeply real connection to our natural world? What if the stories weren't entirely conjured from thin air, but were instead echoes, distorted through time, of animals that truly roamed our planet? Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about legends. We'll journey through millennia, from the earliest human observations to groundbreaking paleontological discoveries, to unravel the truth behind one of history's most enchanting enigmas. Was the unicorn merely a figment of ancient imagination, a poetic license taken with observed animals, or could a real-life creature, spectacular and awe-inspiring in its own right, have inspired the enduring legend? The evidence suggests a much more complex and fascinating reality than you might ever have believed. So, let's peel back the layers of myth and wonder. Could the unicorn, in some form, have actually been real? The legend of the unicorn is not confined to a single culture or era. It's a global phenomenon, shape-shifting across continents and millennia. One of the earliest and most influential accounts comes from the ancient Greek physician Ctesias, who, in the 5th century BC, wrote of a wild ass found in India, possessing a single horn on its forehead, colored white, red, and black. He described it as incredibly swift, impossible to capture alive, and its horn was said to protect against poisons, a trait that would become central to the unicorn's lore. Centuries later, the Roman naturalist Pliny the Elder would further describe the Monoceros as a fierce beast with the head of a stag, the feet of an elephant, the tail of a boar, and a single black horn 2 cubits long projecting from its forehead. Clearly, the image was evolving, but the single horn remained constant. Fast forward to medieval Europe, and the unicorn truly solidified its iconic status. It became a powerful symbol of purity, innocence, and grace, often depicted in religious art and tapestries, such as the famous Hunt of the Unicorn series. Here, the unicorn is a horse-like creature, gentle yet wild, its capture only possible by a virgin, symbolizing Christ's incarnation. Its horn, known as the alicorn, was believed to be a potent antidote to all poisons, capable of purifying water and healing diseases. Kings and nobles would pay exorbitant sums for what they believed were true unicorn horns, often displayed as prized possessions, their magical properties widely accepted. Even biblical texts have been interpreted through the lens of the unicorn. The Hebrew word, ram, found in several Old Testament passages, was often translated as unicorn in early English versions, including the King James Bible. Descriptions of the ram paint a picture of a powerful, wild, single-horned oryx-like or wild ox-like animal, highlighting its strength and untamable nature. And across the globe, in ancient China, we find the qilin, a benevolent, cloven-hoofed creature with a single horn, often depicted as a symbol of good fortune, prosperity, and the arrival of a sage or emperor. The qilin's gentle nature and its solitary horn echo many themes of its Western counterpart, reinforcing the universal appeal of a single-horned, majestic beast. From fierce Indian asses to noble European steeds and auspicious Chinese chimeras, the single-horned creature captivated human imagination, hinting at something more than mere fantasy. So, how does science weigh in on this enduring legend? When we look at the incredible diversity of life on Earth, are there any animals that could have inspired such persistent myths? The answer is a resounding yes, and it points to several astonishing real-world creatures. Perhaps the most famous and direct link to the mythical unicorn horn is the narwhal, often called the unicorn of the sea. This Arctic whale possesses a single, elongated canine tooth that can grow up to 10 feet long, spiraling majestically from its head. For centuries, these tusks, washed ashore or traded by Viking sailors, were sold throughout Europe as genuine alicorns, fetching enormous prices. The sheer beauty and unique nature of the narwhal's tusk perfectly matched the descriptions of the unicorn's horn, fueling the belief in its existence and magical properties. But what about a land-dwelling creature, one that could inspire the stories of a powerful, elusive beast? Here, the spotlight falls on a truly magnificent prehistoric animal, Elasmotherium sibericum, often dubbed the Siberian unicorn. This was no dainty white horse, but a massive, shaggy beast resembling a rhinoceros, standing over 6 feet tall at the shoulder and weighing up to 4 tons. Its most striking feature? A single, enormous horn believed to have been situated prominently on its forehead. Fossil evidence, particularly the large, dome-like protuberance on its skull, strongly suggests the attachment point for a horn that could have been several feet long, made of keratin, much like a modern rhino's horn. Scientists believe Elasmotherium coexisted with early humans in Eurasia for a significant period, with some fossil records suggesting its survival as recently as 39,000 years ago. Could ancient people have encountered this formidable creature? Its single, imposing horn an unforgettable sight, and passed down stories that, over millennia, morphed into the legend of the unicorn. It's a compelling theory, demonstrating how an awe-inspiring real animal could become the foundation of an enduring myth. Other natural explanations also exist. From certain angles, the oryx, a desert antelope with 2 long, straight horns, can appear to have only one, especially in profile. And of course, the one-horned rhinoceros, indigenous to parts of Asia, is a living example of a large, powerful animal with a single horn. While not typically depicted as horse-like, these creatures certainly demonstrate that single-horned mammals are not a biological impossibility. The diversity of creatures that could have sparked the imagination, from the marine narwhal to the prehistoric Siberian unicorn, underscores the idea that the mythical unicorn was likely a composite, a mosaic of real observations woven into a fantastical narrative. Given the depth of ancient accounts and the scientific explanations, are there any modern sightings of the classical unicorn? The simple answer is no. The pure white, horse-like creature with a magical horn, as depicted in medieval art, has never been observed in modern times. However, the legacy of the unicorn continues to influence our world in unexpected ways. The discovery and scientific classification of animals like the narwhal and Elasmotherium represent modern sightings, in a sense, as they provide the crucial evidence that helps us understand the origins of the myth. For centuries, naturalists and explorers returned from distant lands with tales of strange beasts and sometimes physical evidence. Narwhal tusks, as we discussed, were perhaps the most compelling modern evidence that kept the unicorn dream alive for centuries. It wasn't until the 17th and 18th centuries, with increased scientific scrutiny and exploration, that the true origin of these unicorn horns was revealed. Even then, the allure of the unicorn persisted, a testament to the power of belief. Today, while no fantastical white horse with a single horn roams our forests, the idea of the unicorn has evolved. We see it in conservation efforts for animals like rhinos, whose horns are still tragically prized, echoing the ancient belief in their magical properties. We see it in genetic science, with discussions, albeit highly speculative, about the theoretical possibility of engineering a single-horned animal. The modern sightings aren't of the creature itself, but of its enduring cultural footprint and the continuous human quest to find wonder and magic in the natural world. Could an animal like the Siberian unicorn, if it had survived, have truly shaped human folklore to such a profound extent? The evidence certainly makes a strong case. So, where does this leave us with the unicorn real, extinct, or pure myth? The answer, like many complex legends, is nuanced and deeply fascinating. The unicorn, as depicted in our storybooks and medieval tapestries, a magical, horse-like creature of impossible purity and grace, with a horn of potent healing, remains firmly in the realm of myth. There is no evidence, ancient or modern, to suggest such a creature ever existed in that exact form. However, to dismiss the unicorn entirely as mere fantasy would be to miss the extraordinary truth hiding beneath the legend. The concept of a powerful, single-horned creature, inspiring awe and wonder, was absolutely real. The narwhal, with its magnificent spiraled tusk, truly embodies the unicorn of the sea. Its horn traded for centuries as the genuine alicorn. It is a living, breathing testament to the physical inspiration for a key element of the myth. And then there's Elasmothurium sibericum, the Siberian unicorn. This colossal, ancient rhinoceros with its formidable single horn roamed the earth alongside early humans. Its existence provides a compelling, tangible link to the idea of a land-dwelling beast that could have ignited the spark of the unicorn legend. While not a horse, its singular, massive horn would have been an unforgettable sight, easily shaping into the stories passed down through generations, transforming with each retelling. The unicorn, therefore, isn't a single creature that was suddenly proven real. Instead, it's a magnificent tapestry woven from diverse threads of reality. The majestic tusk of the narwhal, the ancient presence of the Siberian unicorn, the striking appearance of creatures like the oryx or one-horned rhino, and the boundless human capacity for storytelling and imagination. The mythical unicorn may not be real, but the creatures that inspired its legend most certainly were. They were, and some still are, powerful, singular, and truly wondrous. What do you think, myth or reality? Let us know in the comments below.